We are going to begin this hour, though, with two major legal stories. Later today, we could find out if Hunter Biden will testify in his own defense at his federal gun trial in Delaware. Prosecutors rested their case on Friday after trying to prove he broke the law when he bought a gun in 2018. Now, the jury could begin deliberating as early as today. Hunter Biden has pleaded not guilty to all of the charges. Meanwhile, New York probation officials are set to interview Donald Trump. You heard me right. Probation. That this happens, of course, after a jury convicted the former president during his so-called hush money trial. So it's going to take place virtually with Donald Trump at his home in Mar-a-Lago. This is considered a required step before his July sentencing. New CBS News polling shows Trump's hush money conviction is not a major factor for voters so far in this election compared to other issues like the economy and inflation. CBS News polling also reveals an extremely tight race between President Biden and Donald Trump, showing they are essentially tied. Later on this hour, we will dig deeper into the 2024 race and discuss Trump's weekend rally in Las Vegas. But we're going to head back to this Hunter Biden trial, and we're dipping into Scott MacFarlane. You are in Delaware, Scott. So far, we have really heard some heartbreaking, heart-wrenching testimony from some of the people who love and care for Hunter Biden. How soon could we know if he himself will be taking the stand?
Yeah, as the day began here, there was no indication Hunter Biden was planning to take the stand in his own defense. It seemed to be a remote possibility over the weekend because the defense raised the prospect at the end of the day Friday. But the day in court began instead with a battle over jury instructions, which are really pivotal in this case, Anne-Marie, because the defense has been making this argument through its questioning that the federal form Hunter Biden is charged with making false statements on was less than clear for Hunter Biden. The question he answered was, are you a drug user or somebody addicted to drugs? The defense has made this claim through their questioning that that's a different question than have you ever been a drug user or addicted to drugs. Their defense witness Friday, Hunter Biden's daughter, Naomi Biden, made the claim that Hunter Biden seemed to be doing better on his road to rehabilitation from addiction during the time period in question, the time in which the gun was bought, October 2018. We could get to closing arguments before the end of this day, which means the case could be in the hands of the jury in short order early this week.
So is that kind of the key difference between the two arguments, that the prosecution has been focusing on Hunter Biden's long history of drug use and drug abuse, while the defense is just focusing on, well, what exactly was that question asking, and could it be interpreted in a number of different ways?
Absolutely. The defense has stipulated that Hunter Biden has been addicted to drugs. In fact, the prosecution played audio copies of Hunter Biden's memoirs in which he describes the pain of his descent into crack cocaine addiction. And one after another, members of the Biden family, Hunter's ex-wife, a romantic partner from California, and the widow of his late brother, Beau Biden, all testified about his drug use and his dependency on crack cocaine. So that's not an issue right now. The question is, where was he in October 2018 with his drug use and his recovery? Because that's the time the gun was bought and the time in which he is charged with unlawfully possessing a gun while being a drug user or while addicted to drugs. Also this morning, the defense lost one part of their battle in this case. They wanted the jury to be instructed before they deliberate that you have to knowingly be violating those laws. The prosecution said that's not a necessary instruction, and the prosecution won. The word knowingly will not be included in the jury's instructions.
Interesting. And I just want to touch a little bit on the testimony that we've heard so far. Hunter Biden's daughter testified. I mean, if anything you can get out of this whole trial is just how destructive and how heartbreaking drug addiction is, not just to the person who's addicted, but to all the people around that individual. In this case, it seems like a number of women surrounding him. What was the testimony like from Hunter Biden's daughter?
It was at some points inaudible because she was clearly overwhelmed by the things she was saying. And she was testifying about her own father's depths and desperations, and that was obviously a difficult thing for her to talk about. But she was just the latest in this series of people related to Hunter Biden who described anguish, desperation, addiction, and the broken relationships along the way. This trial has been defined by being transcendently and consistently just sad.
All right, Scott MacFarlane, thank you.